Music has played an integral part in some of the most memorable moments in my life, from road trip playlists to iconic events to songs that immediately take me back to one specific moment in my life. Music has often become the soundtrack to the times we all want to remember for the rest of our lives. This is probably never more true than at a wedding. A good DJ gets everyone out of their chairs and onto the dance floor early in the evening and keeps the party going until the very end. Everyone gets involved at least a little, even Grandma gets a turn to show what she can do. And as the guests leave the venue, all they talk about is how long it's been since they've had this much fun. My friend DJ Coach Kev can do that for you. Whether you want your guests to get lost on the dance floor, or if you're looking for something a little more refined, DJ Coach Kev can provide the soundtrack to whatever event you want to remember fondly forever. And it's not just weddings. Kevin can do school events, private parties, and corporate functions too. Just tell him the mood you're looking for, and he'll take care of the music. I've personally experienced DJ Coach Kev events, and trust me, he knows what the crowd is looking for, no matter who's in the crowd. You can book DJ Coach Kev for your next event. You can contact him on Instagram at DJ Coach Kev, or email him at djcoachkev@gmail.com. And now, on with the show. If you didn't already know, I am a big sports fan, so I couldn't help but get caught up in the recent controversy at a Major League Baseball game. Now, I don't know any of the people involved personally, and I don't mean to judge anyone for what might have been a very poor decision and not actually indicative of their typical behavior that has nonetheless become a very public embarrassment. But I couldn't help but be reminded that how we treat each other often has consequences beyond what our immediate concerns might be. This is Lessons We Forgot, and this episode is called Philly Karen. A few weeks ago, there was an incident at a Major League Baseball game when two fans clashed over a home run ball hit into the stands. It was a pretty typical scene at first. After several fans attempted to get the ball, once it had bounced around the stands a few times, eventually landing on the floor, a dad emerged with it and presented it to his son, who also happened to be celebrating his birthday. The proud dad hugged his boy, and they shared a special moment together that both would undoubtedly remember for the rest of their lives. It might have even ended up on one of those heartwarming montages they show on Major League Baseball commercials, touting how wonderful the game is for families. It would have been shown right after a kid starts crying with joy, after getting an autograph from his favorite player, and right before we see an in-game proposal. That is, until another fan, who the internet has dubbed Philly Karen, angrily demanded that they give back her baseball. In her mind, the ball had landed in her section, and the dad had no right to it since he was sitting in the next section over. After a brief yet angry exchange, the father relented and gave in. He took the ball out of his own son's glove and handed it over to her. She stormed off with her prize in hand. I think a lot of us can relate to that baseball dad. We have the best of intentions for our students here at school. We work hard to give them an experience that they will remember fondly for the rest of their lives. We're constantly on the lookout for the best new things, and we go great distances to get them if we need to. We plan with our colleagues, tweaking our already great lessons into something even better. And over many years, we refine what we have until it's a work of art that we get to share with our students. And when we have that taken away, especially when it seems to come out of the blue and with a whole lot of attitude, it can be pretty jarring. So when your favorite lesson gets cut to tighten up the curriculum, you lose funding for something you've been doing for years, or when your team gets split up and there's nothing you can do about it, it can feel like someone stole a baseball right out of your mitt on your birthday. It might even feel like you shouldn't give it up. You might want to stand up to Karen and not let her take what is yours. When the world saw what Philly Karen did, she became a pariah. Even before the game ended, crowds booed her and let her know how despicable her actions were. Eventually, she exited the stadium and, in true Karen form, left while flipping everyone a double bird salute. When the stadium staff saw what happened, they brought the boy a huge bag of baseball souvenirs and even apologized for the bad behavior of Philly Karen, even though she was not rooting for the home team. After the game, the whole family even got to go down beneath the stands, and they got to do a meet and greet with Harrison Bader, the Phillies player who hit the home run ball. He signed a bat for the boy, a keepsake that is way better than any old baseball. Dad has been praised for keeping a cool head in the situation and for teaching his son that nice guys don't finish last. When you really want something, when you've worked hard to get it and it feels like it belongs to you, it can be really easy to fight for what is yours. But in doing so, don't forget the lesson that we should all learn from Philly Karen. When we focus on what is mine and we forget the bigger picture, we run the risk of alienating everyone around us. It's not just about your class or your curriculum. We share our school, our students, our curriculum, and this entire community with one another. We will not always get what we want, and we will not always get our way. And that's okay. Because the results that you are looking to get might not be the same as the person one section over, who's also doing the best thing for their kids. Don't be the one to take the ball out of that kid's glove. It's his birthday after all. Be the one to keep a cool head. Teach the people who look up to you that nice guys don't finish last, and you'll get something much better than an old baseball. Thank you for listening to this episode of Lessons We Forgot. I'm the host, Chris Winkle. You can contact me at lessonsweforgot@gmail.com, and please do. I'd love to hear what you think about the show and any suggestions you might have. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend. That is the best way to help grow the podcast. If you want to hear more Lessons We Forgot, we post new episodes on Sunday nights. And when you like, rate, and subscribe to the show or leave a comment, that also helps the show reach new listeners. If you really hate ads like me, I do have a Patreon site, patreon.com/lessonsweforgot. For only $1 a month, you can get the show without ads. I'm offering a free trial right now, so go check it out and see if it's something you'd be interested in. Thanks again for your support.